What's up, everybody? It's J and J with Justin and Jordan.
Yeah, yeah,
It was nothing Diddy. My dog's back there, ain't nothing crazy.
facts.
Justin, back to the online, back to the computers. You back from the trip. Talk to me, bro. We 3, 4 games into some series. One series is over. You know I'm
Yeah,
happy. One series is over already. Very, very quickly. But talk to me. What's going on, bro?
yeah. So today we're basically covering all the first round series. Last time we talked, we were giving our predictions of the first round series. So now we're about 3, 4 games in. Like George said, one series is already done. Shout out to OKC. But it's been a nice first round. A lot of stuff going on, and every series has its different things. But we could get into it though.
Yeah, let's just get that one out the way. It's the only one finished, bro. It's the only one finished.
Yeah,
As everyone knows, man, just feels good to say. As everyone knows, the Memphis Grizzlies have been eliminated from the NBA playoffs. It only took 4 games as well. I don't know if you recall, Justin, in my predictions, I said OKC sweeps. Some Grizzlies fans took that to heart. That's perfectly fine. Some Grizzlies fans said they were at least going to take one. Some even said it was going to take two. I didn't see anyone say it was going to win the series, but they had some that were optimistic enough that they're going to win a game. Could even do that. You got 50 pieced. Almost broke the record, by the way, by the biggest blowout in history, which is 58 points, which is CP3's Hornets versus Melo's Nuggets. You almost broke the record for the biggest blowout in NBA playoff history. You did break the record, though, for the biggest blowout in a game one ever. So congratulations. Round of applause for you guys, Memphis. You guys got 50 pieced. Then after that, you lose again, and then you go up at home by like 29, 30 points, blow the lead, lose the game. John Morant gets hurt by Lou Dort. Unfortunate, obviously. And by that point, it's like, you already blew that crazy lead and all that. That was your one chance to win. Without Ja, you weren't going to grab game four anyways, even as a morale victory. And then you lost game four, of course. And game four was close, you feel me? But it's over. That's all she wrote. And man, Justin, same thing that I said a couple weeks ago, man. Let's just close the chapter. The John Morant era, bro, it's gotta be done. We're in what, year 6, year 7 of this experiment? I think it's like year 6.
I think this is year 6.
Yeah, year 6 or year
Yeah.
7 of this experiment. You've had like the highs, obviously the lows right now. This might be the lowest of lows, not counting last season where Ja was hurt, but like with your guys, this is the lowest of lows, right? And you just got swept by the best team in the NBA. Your one and only window was 2022, just being honest. That window size is like this. This is how big your window was. And it's gone already. It's gone. And guess what? Even then, I mean, in my opinion, even in 2022, let's say you do beat the Warriors. Okay, let's say you even beat the Mavs, which I'm not even confident in. You guys are losing to Boston anyways. So it's like your one window chance. I don't even have you going to the finals. I don't even know if I still have you beating the Warriors in general, Ja healthy. But let's just say you do when you get to the conference finals, which you haven't done in the whole entire Ja era. You haven't even touched the conference finals. But after all that, it's not like you guys were gonna go to the finals anyways, win a championship anyways. 2023, like, get curb stomped by Braun and them as a 7 seed, as a playing team. Last year injuries, of course, that's a fair excuse. No one's judging for that. But this year, 2 seed. I predicted y'all to be a playing team. Looked crazy for a while until the middle of March. You guys dropped down like a 5 seed. Then you fired your coach. Then you kept falling and falling and falling. Lost your first playing game. Won the second one, but at that point, you was just playing to see who was going to get swept by OKC. It's time to blow it up. And in my opinion, Justin, the reason why you should blow it up, this team just isn't good enough. The West at that point in time in 2022, it was weaker compared to now. OKC wasn't a threat. Houston wasn't a threat. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers that year specifically, that specific year, they were weak because they were good in 2021. 2022, they weren't that good. Like, just look at all these teams that were getting. The Spurs are coming. The Spurs are on their way up. So it's like everyone's getting better, and you guys are stuck like this, not able to do anything, not able to make any significant moves, and you're stuck with that core three of Ja, Triple J, and Bane. Just blow it up. Be bad for a couple years. See if you hit on another pick, because you're not going to contend the West for the next 3 years. Wait until OKC's time is done. Wait until they get screwed over. Wait until they have to start losing their guys because they can't pay everybody. Because you can't keep all your guys anymore. We've seen it already. Seen it with Denver. The same thing happened in Denver. It's gonna happen to OKC eventually. So just trade your guys and start to rebuild. Because with these three guys, you're never gonna be good enough. You're not even good enough to make it to conference finals. You showed you're not even good enough to get out of round one. So what's the point of running this back? And one thing that I asked my boy as a Grizzlies fan, I said, what move is out there for you guys that's realistic? You can't just say, oh, let's get Giannis. Let's get so-and-so. What move is out there that's realistic? That doesn't involve just blowing it up. What move is out there for you guys to be a contender? And it was, oh, we could trade some stuff and retool. What are you gonna get for bait?
What are you
You
retooling?
you have to throw out Triple J as trade bait if you want to retool. And even if you retool and you use Triple J, I'll be honest with you, you could get a decent return. You could get a pretty good return from him. I know you and me cook him, me especially a lot. But that return you get, you're not gonna be better than OKC. Not gonna be better than Denver. Not gonna be better than the Lakers. What is the point of even doing it? Just get rid of them all. Clean house. I get it. It's fun to watch Ja. It's fun. It's fun to watch all these guys play. These are your homegrown guys. They have fun. They got, this synergy together. They all rock with Ja. They follow Ja no matter what in his energy. Where has it gotten you? 2 second-round appearances. No conference finals. No finals. Nothing. But on the other side, though, congratulations to OKC. I don't really want to spend too much time on the winners. Well, in this case, they're the only winners of a series. But when we do talk about teams that win their series later on in a future episode, I do want to focus more on the losing teams, give them more of the shine and see what they could do in the future and see how they retool. But props to OKC taking care of business. I don't really think this is no statement series win. A lot of OKC fans, was popping they shit, talking about, oh, you see people saying we're not gonna be like that in the playoffs. We're not gonna be like that in the playoffs. In my opinion, when I said things like that, it was never about round one. I never said you guys were gonna lose to an 8 seed. The real test is round two. The real test is the conference finals, and hopefully you get to the finals. Because I'm not rooting against them. I'm just saying when the real challenges come, let's see what there is to show for OKC. Let's see what a J-Dub can do against, the Clippers. Let's see how Chet holds himself against a Jokic, Let's see how these guys handle, Stephen Curry. Let's see how they handle, a Bron and Luka if they come back down from a 3-1. No spoiler because that game just ended right now, right before we started recording. Let's see how they handle this Ant and McDaniels combo. But still, props have to be given. They did what they had to do. They swept. They didn't even give these guys a game. So big shout out to OKC.
Yeah, big props to OKC. Even though this team is the one seed and they've showed it all year, that game 3 coming back from 29, that resiliency, that's something you want to see. Even though they've shown all season that they are that team, sometimes you need to go through that adversity and show it in a game to kind of prove to the world, yo, this is one of them teams. And just seeing that from them, the fight back to come back, especially from Chet. First half of this game, he had 1 point. You saw John Morant gave him the little bump, and he wasn't fucking with that. And Chet in the second half of this game finished with 23 points and was just doing his thing in the second half. It said a lot about the the Grizzlies to me in the second half of this game that they couldn't capitalize. Like you would think that with a 29-point lead, you could kind of hold it off and like, all right, we could get this one. And they couldn't even do that. Like Desmond Bain was taking a lot of questionable shots that was keeping OKC in the game. Like shout out to Jada, by the way. He's been playing great this whole series. Chet was aggressive in the second half. Caruso doing his thing. They just kept going at it. Like they were like, we're not gonna settle. We're just gonna our backs are against the wall. We're just gonna keep going at it. And that's what they did. And for me, the Grizzlies losing that game, that was embarrassing. Like, and I know Grizzlies fans gonna be like, oh, we didn't have Ja. But I'm sorry, you up 29. You gotta close that out, bro. I'm sorry. And seeing what when I look at this at the stat sheet and I see what fucking Desmond Bain minus 27 in the second half alone, fucking 2 for 10 in the second half, it's shit like that. And then you see Jaren Jackson not being aggressive and him still making a lot of stupid mistakes. And like you said, I don't this core isn't really gonna give you anything. They kind of peaked already in 2022, and like you said, even in 2022, they weren't gonna go that far because against the Warriors handled them. They wasn't gonna beat Dallas. They wasn't gonna beat Boston. And the one that I always like to point out is that first round against Minnesota. Even against Minnesota, they didn't even really dominate them. Minnesota really like kind of shot themselves in the foot. I felt like if Minnesota was like more mature and had some possessions that went their way, they could have walked out with that series because they actually matched up pretty well with the Grizzlies. I felt me personally, I always felt like the Timberwolves lost that series more than the fucking Grizzlies won.
100%, bro.
So I think that 1 year window was kind of just like it was just there. And this core isn't good enough to contend or even make a run in the West. There is no move that could where they could shake things up and be competitive. They're probably gonna get worse next year because you have guys like Santi Aldama who will most likely be gone because they can't afford to keep him, and he understands that as well because he said that in the beginning of the season. Scottie Pippen Jr., this guy in the last two games, absolutely he balled. He's probably the only guy that walked away from this series like positively in a positive light. He might not be there because you guys can't keep him. What might hold you guys back too is Jaren Jackson potentially making All NBA. I didn't have him in my shit. I know you didn't have him in your shit, but the real one comes out. If he's on it, that might be a little incentive boost in his contract. So that might kind of pigeonhole them. So there's not really much moves they can make. It's like it's either just keep the same core and run it back again, and just hope for Jalen Wells to be healthy and John Moran to play more games. But we've already seen the ceiling of this team. It's not really going to go far. And the other option for them would be to just blow it up completely, and that probably starts. I mean, yeah, you would start with Triple J, see where it goes from there. There's not really much options. We've seen the ceiling of this team, and it is second round at most. And even prior to the playoffs, we went down the list and was like, how many teams can they beat in the Western Conference? Only Houston, and it was at that point in time. If we did that episode like 2-3 weeks later, they not even beating Houston. So yeah, bro, this like the series has only made me more disappointed in Memphis. And then you got John Moran coming on saying, if I was playing, would have been 2-2 because I figured them out. It's just like, I mean, get well soon because that was a scary fall. I saw that shit live. That was scary, but nah, man, the Grizzlies they couldn't hold the Thunder's jockstrap, bro.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, man, sometimes it takes a while to be right, but eventually the truth comes, bro. Pause, and it happened. It happened for me. I knew these guys were frauds. I knew there wasn't gonna be no top seed from all the way back in September / early October before the season started. Came true. Now look. Oh, but
You
when
know,
Ja plays, they're contenders. Oh yeah, sure.
you could say, you could be like, I was never wrong. I was just early.
Yeah, I mean, I've been early a couple times on this show, bro. You feel me? Running for 2 years so far now. Officially 2 years now because we started in the playoffs of 2023. Been early on a couple of things. I've been wrong. Been wrong. We don't highlight the wrong though. Forget about the wrong, but the right though. Yes, 100%. Let's go into the next series though, Justin, which is the other 1-8. I'm just going. There's no specific order. I'm just going off the dome, and this just relates to the other 1-8 because this one's also very uneventful. The most eventful part of this is obviously Garland's trash talk about Tyler Hero's defense. Tyler Hero coming back, trying to talk back, and ending up losing by damn near 40.
That was
So
embarrassing.
yeah, if you're gonna talk like that, if you're gonna talk back, bro, you gotta back it up. So shout out Mobley too.
I put money on him
Thank
because of that.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the writers for doing the right thing and not falling for Draymond's garbage. So
Yeah.
we gotta shout out Mobley, bro, for getting that DPOY.
Yeah. Shout out to Evan Mobley. Yeah.
And
Felt good not to see Draymond with that. I'm hating right
hold
now.
on, he got the hustle award. Respect the hustle award.
Nah.
Name one other hustle award winner.
How long has that been a thing? Um,
I don't know. I
cause
didn't
if
know this was a thing.
cause if I could know like how, and I get like a little ballpark, I could give a solid guess. But if it's only been like a 3 year thing, mm,
I'm gonna look it up
PJ
for you,
Tucker.
bud. Let's see. NBA Hustle Award. Because I remember the Sportsmanship Award and how, like, I'm pretty sure Mike Conley won it. I know Kemba won it for a fact.
I
But
couldn't
like
tell you who won
this,
that.
this is fake, bro. This has been going on since 16, 17 to give you a reference. So try again because PJ
16,
Tucker's not
17.
here. Yep.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Damn, was that motherfucker in the league? Tony Allen.
Nope. So you got Pat Bev, Amir Johnson, Marcus Smart, Trez, Thad Young, Smart, Caruso, and Draymond.
Yeah, I
Hey,
should have
shout out
guessed.
to Marcus Smart.
I should have guessed Marcus Smart.
Big shout out to him. But going
16, 17.
shout out to Pat Bev though. I respect that. He has an award. But
Yeah.
going back to the series though, again, fairly uneventful. D Mitch handling his business. Darius Garland actually elevating in the playoffs. Shout out to him. Ty Jerome looking to get paid. Everyone's doing their thing. And then obviously you have, I guess, the bright spot for Miami. I'm not gonna lie. Bam is doing his thing.
Yeah.
Bam is playing to his expectations, but the real shout out is the other D Mitch because there's a D Mitch Bowl right now.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him. So hey, congratulations to you, buddy. I mean, it sucks that you're about to get swept. I mean, you are. Are you sticking that they're gonna get swept, or you think they're gonna grab a game before I even say anything?
Um, I mean, my prediction, I had Cavs in 5, so I thought Miami would get one. The way it's looking now, it's tough, bro. If there was
I
a
have
game
Cavs in
they was
5.
gonna grab, it would have been game 2. That was the game for them. But Donovan Mitchell dogged at the end of that game. And with Tyler Hero talking shit and calling out Darius Garland, I thought he was gonna come out in game 3 and just go crazy. I put some money on it. Um, and you can't talk shit and then come out like that. Not only did he come out shitty, they got fucking destroyed at home. Because usually when they go back home, that's when I'm expecting the other team, the lower seed, to be like, all right, that's when you kind of see them kind of trying a little bit more. Like
Mm.
at least Memphis, all the shit we just talked about them, they at least came out and was like, all right, we not going down like that. I mean, they kind of fucked it up in the second half, but they gave you a fight, even in the fourth game too. But Miami has yet to show that. I mean, they did show it in game 2, but they couldn't pull it away. And my favorite part of this whole series was fucking Kenny Atkinson to the fucking ref. That was the funniest.
Was
Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
already
Um,
started.
If it wasn't for that, they Miami might have won that game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna say Miami gets one. I think Spoelstra's like, fuck, man, I gotta get one. So I'm gonna say he gets one at home, but then they go back to Cleveland, and they're gonna close it out.
Sorry, Tim. It's a sweep. Spo can't help you this time. There's no playoff Jimmy. Ain't no Braun. Ain't no Wade. Ain't no Bosh. It's over. This is a sweep, bro. Ain't nobody coming to rescue Miami. Boy, I could tell you that. I could promise you that, bro. It's clips over here. It's clips. I can't give him nothing. There's nothing to give him. I can't even give him an opportunity. Just got 40 piece basically.
Yeah,
They basically got 40 piece at home. This is when your
yeah,
role players step up. This is when
yeah,
guy number 10 on the bench hits 3 threes. You feel me? Where
yeah.
was that?
Fucking
Was
DeAndre
it?
Hunter said, "This is my shit." Max Strus said, "This is
Yeah.
my shit." Even Jared Allen got in there. He said, "Yeah, let
That's
me get some."
that's what I'm saying. You getting cooked by DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah,
That's who's frying you. And meanwhile, your main guy, Tyler Hero, not even getting 20. He's not even getting 20 points. Nah, bro. I think that was abysmal, bro. They're not getting a single
couldn't even
game.
get 15.
They not. Yeah, he didn't even get 15. He had like 12 points. Nah, bro. Garbage. Garbage. Bro, J&J least valuable player has to be him. Just for that
Tyler Hero.
performance.
Yeah,
Just for that
I made
performance.
a list of ban lists. Tyler Hero.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. For
you
betting it
can't.
for the rest of the playoffs,
Yeah, ever.
ever is kind of crazy.
You can't. This motherfucker had 35. Was it in game two on the road? I was moved, and then he was talking shit. I'm like, all right, they're gonna go back home down 0-2. He's gonna have like 32. No,
Ever is funny as hell though. You're saying in 4 years he can't change his narrative, his playoff narrative.
I'm not gonna put my money on it. He could change his narrative. I'm just not gonna put my own money on it.
Your own hard earned bread.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I'm you and I'm like working overtime and stuff, I would not spend my bread betting on Tyler Hero.
yeah.
Hell no.
And it was
Absolutely not.
it was a straight bet too. You fucking garbage. Only him, no parlay. Holy shit.
By the way, my boy Tori almost won $560 and off of a $2.50 bet.
I
He
might be
just hit
more
it with
confident betting in Ty Jerome.
yeah, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. I don't even know what
Yeah,
his lines look like, but there's nothing wrong with that.
I would take the over 10.5.
Damn, knowing him his line's probably like 13 and a half.
Probably, yeah.
I love to check. I love to check the next time it comes out. I gotta
I
remember,
wouldn't
but
even want to play with that shit, pause, because it's like he might not even get 20 minutes unless they're like blowing up fucking team out.
nah, yeah, I agree with you. Justin, I'll let you pick the next series. I picked the last two. Any
Uh,
series, we got no order.
I mean, we could go 2-7. Just keep the
You just
trend
want you just
going.
want to go, just keep going, east or
Yeah.
west.
We could go west. We'll just go back and forth.
All right. So we got Houston and we got the Warriors. Warriors is
Yeah.
up 2-1 so far. How you feeling? Are you changing? First of all, let's go with this, right? Are you changing your pick
No,
from what you've seen so far? What was your
no.
original pick? Because I'm looking at mine right now and it was Rockets and 6.
My original pick was Warriors in 7.
Okay.
I am not changing my pick.
Fair enough.
Um, Everything that I've kind of like all my evaluation going into the series is kind of was coming into fruition. Was not expecting Golden State to come out in game 1 and just steal on the Rockets home court. But one thing I did see coming and I knew it was gonna happen, the Jalen Green roller coaster. Like game 1, he had I think it was 7 points. Game 2, I said it in the pre-playoff preview. He's gonna have a game where he gives you like 37. He's gonna have a game or two in the series. Game 2, he gave you 38 points. Um, everybody was having their, oh my god, Jalen Green is here, and then yesterday, game 3, 9 points, and shout out to Daker because he asked me, he was like, yo, what do you think is the issue with Jalen Green and like his inconsistencies? And it's just like it's just him not establishing like a mid range game and him kind of driving with no direction. And you see, I'm looking at it here. 4 for 11, 1 for 5 from three. So almost half his shots at 3 pointers. Um, he didn't take any free throws. No, he didn't go to the line at all. So he's just relying on hard baskets. And in the playoffs, the Warriors are gonna live with that. You want to get the easiest baskets as possible. And with Jalen Green, he's not really helping Şengün when it's actually making Şengün's life a lot harder when he can't put pressure on the defense like that. On top of Fred VanVleet not being a legitimate point guard. And Fred VanVleet, I've loved him in his days in Toronto and shit, but it is rough watching this man play and be the point guard on this team. I can't watch it for much longer. I actually can't wait for the Rockets season to be over, which is crazy to say because I picked the Warriors, but I'm rooting for Houston. But I can't watch Fred VanVleet do this shit no more. And I feel bad for Şengün because he's really giving it his all, but he can't do it alone. Tari Eason is showing flashes, but they're leaving him open a lot. Um, it's tough, bro. It's really, really, really tough. Amen Thompson, the defensive ability is there, but the offense is still ways to go. And that's why it kind of sucks that like in the regular season when he does show these flashes, a lot of people kind of jump on like this guy's gonna be a fucking superstar right now. And it's like let's relax, like let's let him go through everything. Like just let him have his first playoffs and let him go through the failures. Like we're just ready to anoint this guy off of what he did to fucking Memphis in the regular season on the fucking February Thursday night. Let's calm down. This team clearly has they clearly need a point guard, more shooting. Like Dylan Brooks, as tough as he is, like I'm like, all right, he's got it going, and then boom, he gets his fourth foul. He gets a technical. Now he got to sit out, and he's a guy he's shown that he's valuable, and they need him. They need his energy, and he can't be out there for that long. Jabari Smith, I've liked what I've seen from him, but he doesn't really get the opportunity as much. They'll go to him when they need more spacing, but they've been closing with him lately because they can't have Tari Eason out there if he's not going to hit shots. And the Warriors, with Jimmy Butler going down, I thought the Rockets were going to win game 3, but Steph Curry, I saw a difference out of Steph Curry in game 3. That motherfucker was yelling at Gary Payton saying, give me the ball, hitting shots. When he hits those no dribble 3-pointers in a motherfucker's face, you kind of just have to tip your cap to him. And shout out to Gary Payton. He was doing his thing last night. Pods did his thing. Draymond going at fucking Jalen Green, telling him to go paint his nails. That was crazy. But yeah, the Warriors. I was kind of skeptical. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't tempted to change my pick, but in game 2, I was like, when you're relying on fucking Pat Spencer, it's rough. And fucking Kaminga to give you a spark is rough. But shout out to Steph Curry because he found a way to prevail through that, and we'll see what happens in game 4. You're
I
mute.
was dragging out. No, I was dragging my window by accident.
Oh,
Nah, damn! I just made a brand new window. I just StreamYard, bro. I just want to say because I really want to jump into God, Jesus Christ. My apologies. But the one thing I just wanted to say in regards to the Fred thing is, wow, he is terrible, bro. He might really be the I'm trying to think about it real quick. Trying to go through all the rosters. Nah, he might really be the worst starter in the playoffs. Just trying to go off the dome. He might be like the worst starter in the playoffs right now, bro. If I'm wrong, if you think of somebody, correct me. But he has been terrible. I just had to look it up right now because I was like, he's probably shooting like 30%. Justin, he's not even at 30.
Yikes.
He's shooting 26%. 26. He's playing like straight garbage. Like I understand Jalen Green, like his you start off down, fried. Now he's right back down. That's an issue to acknowledge. But jeez, Fred, can we get anything from you? Can we literally
Jeez,
get
right?
anything? Any, anything? And I understand where you're coming from when it comes to a man. I feel like the reason I laugh, I feel like he was kind of cooking me because I'm the one who's like, this kid's gonna be a superstar. That's me. You doing that voice, that's me because I'm still keeping that stock, right? But but
Nah, that shit was funny as fuck.
yeah, because he was going like this. But nah, they're not able to take advantage of no Jimmy because obviously I don't know if you even mentioned that at all, but they're not even taking advantage of there being no Jimmy Butler being available, and that's a disappointment. This is prime time real estate for you to take over a series, and you can't do that, and that's concerning to me. I'm not changing my pick. I had Rockets in 6. I'll make it 7 instead now, but I'm just disappointed. Şengün's doing his thing. Shout out to him. You know me. I'm always gonna be a big fan of Şengün.
I I got a question for you. Said playoff starter, right?
Yeah.
All right, who's been worse, Fred Van Vliet or KCP?
Oh man, yeah, that's actually a good one. I think Fred, bro. I think Fred's more of a detriment.
KCP is hold on. KCP is currently averaging 3 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists on 17% shooting from the field and 16% from three.
But this is where I'm gonna jump in. Expectations. Expectations. You're not expecting KCP to score like 16 points. I need a clean like 16 from Fred.
Yeah, but you also expecting like 39, 37% from three from KCP. He's giving you 16.
I would. Well, I wouldn't rather have either of them, but I think Fred's worse, bro. Fred has been terrible.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
26%. I'm sure Fred has taken more shots anyway, so it's more detrimental. 26%, brother,
oh yeah, Fred's definitely taking more shots.
is more detrimental. Like it's
Nah,
been terrible.
it's disrespectful if I even bring him up.
Who?
Corey Joseph.
But you know what I mean when I say like starter,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm talking like you know what I mean. Like
He
I don't want to
started
disrespect
every
Joseph.
game for the Magic, yo.
No, I know I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like that's just because it's situational.
Yeah, that's
Fred is the real starter for the team, and he is garbage. KCP, you got a point. I still think Fred is worse. He's doing more damage to his own team. But geez, bro, I need a good game from it. I don't even know if I can expect that. I might have to just eat shit on the Curry take that I gave. That I said Curry's gonna have some struggles, like not for the whole series. I said he's gonna have like a bad game. It's not looking like that. He's averaging damn near 30, if not 30 already.
and that's with the physicality.
Mm-hmm. And that's without, the help of Jimmy. And by the way, because I think you already name dropped him while talking about Pat Spencer. Kaminga, geez, bro.
He's fucking garbage.
You're terrible. You're really
Holy
terrible. And I can't believe we have to say this right now, but I never thought we would say this, especially after last season. But wow, Moses Moody is more valuable than you.
yeah.
That is so crazy to say right now after all the hype you got after last season. Moses Moody
He
is more valuable than you.
he really might have to go to a new team after this year.
Whoever wants him. I know I don't. And I don't know what team would want him anyways. Can you think of anyone?
I don't know.
Not even Sacramento. Don't say no Sacramento. Don't disrespect us like that.
Nah,
We don't
nah.
want his ass. No, thank you. We want Keegan Murray.
He clearly wants to go somewhere where he could get his shit off, and I don't know where that is.
And I don't want
Washington
to.
is like, no, we have a plan for the future.
Yeah, they're not.
Um,
They're not dicking around anymore. Pause.
Brooklyn is like, no, we have motherfuckers coming in, and their coach is not playing that shit.
Send him to Memphis as part of the breakup.
I guess.
Get like Bane out of it. I don't know. Send him in exchange for one of the Memphis guys. Let him play
Uh,
in that post-apocalyptic Memphis team and get whatever he
uh,
wants off over there.
Golden State would love Jaren Jackson.
I don't think they're gonna get him for Kaminga.
Yeah, they would.
That's why I said. That's why I said Bane. Like let's shoot a little bit lower, bro. They're gonna have to give up way more than that to get Triple J, and I'll be slandering Triple J.
Yeah.
But I still want to give the Rockets a chance, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a good Fred game out there. Like you said, the Jalen Green roller coaster. Hey, game 4 he could fry. He could fry game 4. Game 5 could be terrible, but game 4 he could fry, brother. We don't know.
I always
Game
laugh
4
when
and 5 he could be great.
I see that Wingstop commercial. I just want to recreate it now. And then when he has a bad game, just post it. Just literally walk into my car with a fucking McDonald's chicken nugget with that
Chicken
song
tender,
playing.
chicken
Chicken tender.
tender. They got him back. Bussin' too.
Oh, they brought him back.
Yeah, bussin'.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Bro, go the one by damn, I almost said location. You know which ones to go to. The
I
one on
dead ass
Low.
want to make that video just to make fun of him. Just like put on a leather jacket with a chicken tender, walk into my car, just eat it, and then just post it. I would post it on the TikTok and the fucking Instagram.
All right, bro. 2-7 in the East, bro. How are you feeling so far in regards to Orlando and Boston, bro? Which, by the way, I'm sticking to my pick. I said Boston in 6. Sounded crazy at the start. They got one now, controversially. Doesn't matter how you get it. You got it. But they already got one of the wins. They're halfway there. They just need another one. And then Boston could win the rest. Hopefully they get it right now. Let me check the score of that game right now while you speak.
Yeah, this series. Well, the first game I was like, oh shit. Um, Orlando was up at halftime, and then they kind of just collapsed in the second half. The second game, we was on the phone and we watched and we saw what was going on. No Tatum, he had the wrist the wrist thing, so he missed that game. But we saw Jalen Brown, vintage Jalen Brown, come back, gave you 36 points in that game. Porzingis started fucking bleeding. But we also saw Paolo Banchero do his thing. And like you said, we both pointed out when we watched that, free throws was the biggest like detriment for them in that second game.
Jeez,
They
bro.
left so many points on the line. If they made a couple more free throws, they probably could have walked out with a dub and split in Boston. But that wasn't the case. Jalen Brown came to save the day, and I was like, damn, with the knee issues, if he has more of those in him, it's gonna be tough for them to stop them. And then Tatum comes back for game 3. He was dogging in the beginning, kind of quieted down. It was ugly. He had 7 turnovers. Um, but again, you saw Paolo and Franz turn up again, doing their thing, and it was impressive to see. This was a game I was expecting Orlando to show out. It was in front of the home crowd. So when Boston was up by a little bit, I was like, I don't know, are they gonna run away with it? But uh, Orlando did their thing because from what I remember from last year in that Cavs series, when they played at home, Franz came to play, and he came to play in this game, and it sucked that at the end that Boston didn't get more time. I would have liked to see them at least get a shot off instead of what was it, .5 left.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine with the outcome.
Oh yeah, I know you're fine with it, but I'm like, damn, they should have gave him at least like a second or two. But it was a good win for Orlando, and I think I had Celtics in 5. So Orlando got their 1. Could I see Orlando getting another game? Yeah, because the way they defend is good, and you see they kind of bother the Jays, and they do their thing with that. It's just the offense, bro. Paolo does so much, and Franz does pick up the slack at times, but the others, it's tough, bro. Like Anthony Black is tough to watch sometimes. Cole Anthony is very tough. We just pointed it out. KCP is just out there stealing bread. Um, so it's tough, bro. It is really tough when you literally need like 60 points from Paulo and Franz to even have a chance. Because if one of them don't have it going, basically just chalk up a win for Boston.
I just have one quick question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Who is the Magic's third top scorer, and how much are they averaging?
Like this is like I have to guess.
Yeah.
Third top scorer. Is it Wendell Carter?
Okay, how many points?
I'm gonna say 8.
10 flat,
Okay.
which, you know, cool. The problem is, you have Paolo scoring 32, Franz scoring 26. And one thing I just want to say to Franz, I'm proud of you, bro. Because truly and honestly, the concern for me, the concern for many other people was, is this going to be Franz from last year where we're going to get inconsistencies from you throughout the series? He's been solid the entire series so far. So far, right? The third option is just terrible and it's very concerning. And yeah, their wing play is concerning and it bothers the Jays and their wing play, but after that, it's just an atrocity. Like the ball they're playing out there is a crime. You broke 100 once. It's like the same thing as last year where it was hard to break 100.
Yeah.
You broke 100 once and it's 100 flat. You scored like 86 game one, scored 100, and you just scored like 95.
I remember
Are
last
you,
year we're
are you,
like
are you gonna break 100 this game? I don't know.
whoever scored is winning the game.
Yeah, like I'm checking right now. The live box score is 46-41. Paulo has 16. Franz has 8. Justin, who do you think comes up next in scoring? Just pick any name.
Mm, let's go Cole Anthony.
So Cole Anthony has 0 points.
Of course he does.
The correct answer is Corey Joseph, Anthony Black, and Jonathan Isaac, who all are tied with 4 points. And
That's
Franz just
crazy.
got 10. Franz just got 10, by the way. So these guys are literally doing everything offensively. It's not hyperbolic either. Shout out to Paulo though, too specifically. Of course, Franz is contributing a lot. Right, like 26 points is nothing to scoff at, especially when you're not scoring 100. It means you're scoring more than a fourth of your team's points, right? But shout out to Paulo, bro, because for the casuals out there who still don't know who he is, like these people need to understand this is a top 20 player. I don't want to put him in 15 yet. Next year he'll be 15, hopefully even top 10 next year. But he has just been doing his thing, bro. He's been having his way. Pause. Can they
Yeah.
grab another win? I hope so. I think they're more than capable. But the only issue is, yeah, you could hold Boston under 100, but you still have to outscore them too, which they did in Game 3. Can you replicate that again? I really do hope so. But someone else has to step it up, and I really do think the one thing I just keep thinking to myself is how much more different would this be if Suggs was out here? And I truly do think it would be a major difference because you got Derek White frying right now, of all people. Derek
Derek
White,
White,
he's
he's
averaging
been
a
the best guy.
dub.
He's been the
He's
best guy.
he's averaging a dub. That's my point. So it's like I feel like if he was out there, bro. By the way, they just took the lead. No, now they're tied 48-48. He's averaging a dub. Like that's unacceptable, bro. Especially like I said, when you have Tatum down for a game, take advantage. Should have been able to take game 2. How are you shooting 62, 63% from the free throw line? Just missing every, and that's Paolo too. That's not his supporting cast. The blame goes on him too. The first thing, bro, if I was the coach, the first thing that we doing after that game is over, we're not going home. Yo, y'all gonna make 100 free throws each. Cause that was embarrassing. Like you said, we was on the phone. I was getting pissed off. I was like, what are we doing here? These are free points. I know y'all are gonna lose by only a couple of points because of this. This is what's holding y'all back from winning this game. And I want y'all to win this game so badly. And you can't even do that. I was let down majorly, bro, with that. But I think they're gonna win this game 4 right here.
Yeah, when I watch them, I'm like, not only do they need a point guard that could get their own bucket and space the floor, they got to take the Pistons approach and get those floor spacers, those Tim Hardaway Juniors, those Malik Beasleys. They need more guys like that. Because just having one guy, because I always hated when they're like, oh, they got their floor spacer and they only signed one guy. Yeah, they signed KCP. Everybody was hype. I'm like, yeah. But then you see the alternative side when he has a season like this. So you got to get more than one guy. You can't just rely on one guy to just fix all your spacing problems. So I think they should take the Pistons approach this offseason. Get you maybe if Memphis is rebuilding, I would pick up that phone and be like, "Yo, what can we get for Luke Kennard?" Like, I'll like don't try to tax me now, but what can I get for him? I would take that approach. I know Anthony Simons was at the game on Friday, so try to make that happen because we've been saying that's what y'all should go for. It's been like a year now. We've been saying you guys should go after him, maybe a little bit more than that. So you, we see what this team needs.
I just teleported to charge my computer. So no worries about that. But Anthony Simons, the dream that we've been wishing for a hot minute. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Luke Kennard, a little bit more realistic, but you said don't tax me. Justin, everybody in the league knows they need a shooter. They're gonna get taxed, bro. Badly. Even for like a Luke Kennard. So I don't know what they can do. And it is true. Because everyone was saying they got shooters now. The one thing that they need, they got shooters. The one thing holding them back. They got
Nigga, you
a
got one
shooter
shooter
that's not even showing up.
who's not even fucking
He's
making
not
them.
doing anything.
Yeah.
Anything at all. And like you say, he's just out there. He's doing cardio. We're going to talk about another guy who was doing cardio for a whole game. But he's just out there. He's doing cardio and he's stealing money. Nothing else to it. Not providing any other value. 3-6, Justin. Let's get home out the way. 3-1. By the way, both 3-6s are 3-1 right now. 3-1. Just one a day. Man. How are you feeling so far, man? Because like I said, everyone was talking about, the Pistons. I said it was a popular pick. Controversial for whatever reason, but how you feeling so far now that we up 3-1?
I feel great. Um, First game, um, campaign lit it up. I was at the casino on the cruise watching watching that fourth quarter that the Knicks had, and I was like, they looked at me crazy because the run we was going on, I was like banging on the table. I was like, let's fucking go. Like they was looking at me crazy, but I'm like, yo, it's playoff basketball. Game two, I didn't get to watch, but I went back and rewatched it, and it was bad. Like they had control over it the whole time, and then we kind of came back, and then Mikal missed a shot. He was getting a lot of shit. Game three to me was super important. It was also the same day as the NFL draft, so I was like back and forth watching both.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, Detroit Pistons. I'm not gonna lie, the fans that was lit. Even though we're on the opposite side of it, that was cool to see because Detroit hasn't had a home playoff game since what 08. So it was cool to see. Like I
They
liked
haven't
it.
won one.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. They haven't won. So I wasn't watching those series when they was playing the Bucks with Blake Griffin. I'm sorry because I was an eight
Respect
seed.
Blake Griffin and respect Andre Drummond versus Braun, where Stanley Johnson was the Braun stopper.
Yes, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Their fans were lit in this game.
Yeah.
Like everybody was loud. I guess because they feel like they have a chance. That's like the difference this time around versus those previous times. So you heard the chance. They was like, "Fuck you, Brunson," and it was loud every time Brunson touched the ball. It was boos.
Sorry to cut you off. I heard the cheers too when he went down.
Oh, I
I
didn't
heard
hear.
that too. I heard
So
that too.
for this game, today's game, I was at work, so like I was in and out. I couldn't sit down and watch the whole thing. So once we get off of this, I'm gonna go back. So I saw like some moments, but I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing. So I didn't actually hear the audio. So I didn't. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't know that. But yeah, the crowd was treating Brunson like he was Bron going back to Cleveland. Like, and it's cool to see because it was like Brunson came to New York and nobody really knew about him, and now here we are. Everybody hates him. Like on Twitter, they're like, "This guy's a fucking foul merchant. I can't believe I gotta watch this shit. Oh my god, he's worse than James Harden." And it's like he shut that shit up so bad today. It was not even funny. Motherfucker left the game. We was what up 2 when he left. He
Mhm.
came back. We're down 9. He drops what was it, 17 points? I could be wrong, but finishes the game with 32 points.
He left with
No,
17.
so
He left the floor with
yeah,
17, so he scored an extra 15.
so he scored an extra 15. No free throws. He only shot 2 free throws all game. And these are the same people calling him, "Oh, foul merchant, foul merchant." Um
Nobody's gonna say nothing about that though.
yeah.
No one's gonna notice he took 2 free throws.
Shout out to Carl Anthony Towns after having a piss poor game in game 2. Some of it was on him, some of it was on Tibbs, but they responded in game 3. Cat balled the fuck out. He knew he had to be aggressive, and he set the tone in game 3. Brunson was kind of like that crowd was kind of getting to him a little bit, but in the second half he responded. He did his thing, but um Carl Towns set the tone in that first half of game 3. And shout out Mikal Bridges. Y'all got him fucked up, yo. Cause when he's mad, yo, he was mad, bro. Cause they was just picking at Mikal in game 3, and he was responding. Literally every
He did his
basket
thing. He did
was
his thing.
just literally everything. He did his thing in that game. And then today, he hit timely shots, so he needs to get those props. Cat, nobody could ever call Cat soft again after today. Those shots that he hit, I'm about to go back and watch that shit because I didn't get to see those shots. I've only saw it after on fucking IG. Those shits was crazy. That shit was fucking insane. I want to go back and watch that shit again.
Seeing
But
it live was tough, bro. I feel like the fadeaway was cooler than the three.
yeah, the fadeaway was fucking crazy.
That
Oh
was
my god.
ridiculous, bro.
But I'm just happy. To all the people that got on me in the comments for saying that Jalen Brunson was the best player in the series, y'all could fucking suck my fucking dick, cause he's proven me the fuck right. But shout out to K though, he's done his thing in the series. Tobias Harris has, I'll give him props for responding for being so shitty last year, and now this year he's playing better. Dennis Schroeder has been playing good. He's kind of been the X factor for them in this series, and I wasn't expecting that. Malik Beasley has had his ups and downs. He played great today. Tim Hardaway Jr. has done a like game 3. He started that game like, oh shit, here we go. This is a Tim Hardaway Jr. game. But the Knicks, man, they gonna fight. They gonna do their thing. Jordan, I guess Jordan's out. We gonna see how he could get back in here. But they did their thing, and we'll see what happens going forward. But they've been able to do their thing. Go.
I know the one thing you said too was no one could call cats off. That's not even my thing, bro. Tale of two sides of the trade too, and it rings true for both of them. I don't want to hear any talk about Randall being a playoff dropper. The same thing goes for Cat.
Yeah.
I get it. Game 2, I don't even put it on him. I put it on the play calling. But as you said, game 3 came out hooping. Game 4 saved us. 2 back-to-back clutch buckets. I don't forget the soft stuff. I don't even care about all that. But this playoff dropper nonsense, it's done here. for both of them. I can't hear that anymore. I can't do it anymore. He lived up to the expectation just with this one game. Games 1 and 3 are a plus. That's just a bonus. But this right here, this was game changing. This was moving me. This to me just rectified the rest of his playoff career. I don't know if you agree with that, but to me, and I'm not even saying that as like Nick bias or anything, that rectified his whole playoff career. This is one game four just now. Because you risk going back home 2-2 with a lower seed. We've been disrespected all season. Oh, you haven't won against a top three team, so that's why you're gonna lose to the Pistons. The Pistons are this, the Pistons are that. You shut up all that narrative with those two shots and winning that game and going up 3-1. And I promise you, those discussions of the Pistons winning the series are done now. It's because of Cat. He was balling. Brunson, like you said, balling with the free throws, balling without the free throws. He didn't need them. Josh Hart, amazing from three today. Thank you for bro. Thank you for making all them threes today. Great playmaking in game three as well. The rebounding, it was always going to be there. Shout out to him. Deuce bringing some impact minutes. Still want to see more Deuce minutes, even if his shot's not on. OG when he's on, it's great. A game like today, same thing with Kale. When it comes to today, though, it does get a little bit frustrating to watch, especially when Brunson was out and we thought he was going to be done for the game, be hurt. It looked really bad, bro. It looked really bad with OG, but again, him and Kale, they're not stars. They're not guys who average 25. But I think 8's a little bit unacceptable in my opinion, and they both had 8 today. But it's fine because we still got the win, and they still been playing some pretty good defense. Let's talk about the controversies now. We already got rid of the Brunson fouls, the controversy and stuff like that. Even though Cade has been getting some phantom calls too to go to the line, and there's video evidence, especially in Game 3 and Game 2. Game 3 ending. How did you feel about that?
The game 3 ending,
Yeah,
or with the backcourt violation.
backcourt violation, and also the whole issue with the timekeeping.
That was crazy. I've never seen that shit before.
I've never seen that in my life.
I've never seen that shit. And not only did they not just say, just, just gonna jump ball, they're like, nah, here's an extra possession for the Pistons, and they didn't even have timeouts left.
Mm-hmm.
So that was crazy. Um, I mean, there wasn't that much time left, so I'm like, realistically, there's nothing they could do. I was a little bit upset that Brunson missed the free throw on the other end, which could have made it I think a 3-point game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, because now they're gonna have to just chuck up some bullshit. Because with him missing that free throw, it's like, all right, it's only a 2-point game. Now you got to worry about somebody fouling the shooter and them getting three
Or a
free throws.
miracle shot.
Yeah. So it's like you got to worry about that. So I was more upset that Brunson missed that free throw, but when that shit was going on, I'm like, damn, I never seen that shit. And even fucking Cat called it. I was like, damn, y'all own fucking score people. Like I've never seen that shit before. So I'm not gonna say, oh, they wanted to rig it for the Pistons. I was just like, okay, all right. Like seeing that shit, you can't then come back and be like, oh, the Brunson gets every call, or he fishes for every call, shit like that. Every game is not gonna be the same. Like after game 2, when they had like 34 free throws and we had 13, I wasn't upset. I've seen so much playoff basketball up to this point in my life where some nights you're not you're not gonna have the fair end of the whistle, and that's not gonna make or break the game. That's just how it goes. Like some nights you just don't have that whistle. But that shit I've never seen. So I can't
Preposterous.
even I can't even explain that shit, but you can't say that we benefited from that cuz we won and there was still extra curricular shit for the Pistons and we still came out with that shit.
That's why this is gonna lead to a discussion of the controversy today. That's why it's just so funny to me because after what happened today, people were saying, "You see, the NBA loves the Knicks. That's why they didn't call the foul just now in the last possession. The NBA loves the Knicks."
They don't love us.
Did we not just see what happened in Game Three, giving the Pistons a chance to really win? Not even giving Brunson a chance to redo the free throw. Like you said, a jump ball, literally anything else besides just, hey, side out now. Side out was like the worst resolution you could have came up with. Of course, it was like the first time thing for anybody. It was like, do you really think that's the best resolution we could have came up with? I would have just had him retake the free throw, and either he makes it or he misses it on purpose again. But to let them have a side out
That
and the
was crazy.
time, that was ridiculous, bro. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. This game forward thing, hey, sucks to suck. That's all I'll say. Whether you think it's a foul, whether you don't think it's a foul, I'm not gonna give my opinion on it. Too close to call is what I'll say. But we up 3-1.
You know what I'll say? This game they let us play physical.
They
Like
let the kids play.
they let them play, and all these Pistons fans complaining about Brunson foul baiting. How ironic is it that on the last play of the game, foul baiting occurred,
An
and
attempt to at least.
yeah, an attempt to, and they didn't call it. So yeah, it fucking sucks to suck. And I see a bunch of Pistons fans in the comments. They're like, "Oh, if Brunson did that, he would have got fucking he would have went to the line ASAP. They would have called that." Maybe so, but it sucks to suck. You saw the change in this game and the trend of them kind of just holding that whistle back. And in the back of your mind, if you was in the ref shoes, would you really want to call it and decide the game in like
No,
you really want to call the like you want to decide the game right there? Nobody wants to decide the game like that.
absolutely not.
You'd probably say you'd call it because you're a fucking Pistons fan. That's really the only reason why. But like taking my fandom away, I wouldn't want to fucking decide a game on that bullshit. Nah, fuck that.
To be honest with you, too, the whole foul baiting stuff, the reason I pick on an Embiid, the reason I pick on a Shea, the reason I pick on a Harden is because those guys aren't like the way that Pierre explained it, right? From numbers on the board. The reason why Brunson does this, the reason why Peak CP does this, the reason why Trey Young does this, like these smaller guys, you kind of have to foul bait. And anyways, they're actually dealing with contact too. That one call where he was in game three where he's getting guarded by a SAR, and he got bumped and he got kneed by a SAR and then he went down. That's a real foul. He
That's
was saying, "Oh,
actual foul.
he was foul baiting." Like these guys are 5'11" without shoes on, 6 foot without shoes on. Let's just give him the 6 foot. Why not? That's why we'll take Brunson out the equation. That's why it doesn't bother me if a Trae Young foul baits. It don't bother me when a peak CP3 foul baits. But when I see Shea, who's like 6'5", 6'6", do it, Harden 6'5", 6'6", do it, Embiid 7'1", 290 pounds, you don't have to do that. But you got Brunson going against Tobias Harris, Asar, Cade, who all pause have a minimum of 5-6 inches on him. Like it's real contact going on. He weighs dozens of less pounds than these guys. What do you expect to happen when they bump into him? Of course, he's gonna fall in midair. There's no surprise. If you want to say he's being hypocritical, that's fine. But there's to me, there's context to it. I see a Kobe or a D Wade do it, even just like historical context.
D Wade used to do that shit a
Yeah,
lot.
D Wade did the same thing. Kobe did the same move too. Pump fake. You jump up. All
Yeah,
right,
they
I'm gonna
used to
go
do
draw the
that.
foul. That was their signature.
They
DeMar
used to,
DeRozan doesn't. No one says
yeah.
anything. But when the dude who's 5'11" does it, him or Trey Young, I mean, it's a problem. But who cares? He just dropped 32 with 2 free throws. Take away the 2 free throws that he made. He still dropped 30. And he's clutch. I still can't believe people really came into the series thinking that Cade's going to outplay him, as if we didn't see what Brunson did last year and the year before.
Yeah, they really came at me in the comments. I was like, based on what he did last year, Cade's a better
He's
rebounder,
averaging 30 right
defender.
now.
He's a better rebounder, defender, playmaker. I'm like, yo, you understand that there's a difference between somebody could be more talented and somebody else could be outperforming you in a series. Like,
B-Bar, oh, continue.
yeah, those two things could coexist. But people automatically assume that because Cade is the more talented player, that he is the best player in the series. And I said this, I predicted Brunson was the best player in the series
Of course.
before the games even started. And he's proven me right. And a lot of that is, yeah, based off of last year. I know it's a new year now, but what he did last year was some legendary shit. Like, not a lot of, he was in like Michael Jordan company. So, of course, I'm going to take him. Like, even biased aside, like, if Cade Cunningham did that shit, I probably would have said Cade Cunningham.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many people are in that conversation? And one more thing I want to say about the foul baiting shit is like James Harden and Shea, those guys when they do it, I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I don't really get upset when they do it because for me, those two guys specifically, they've kind of like mastered it. So I kind of like it's admirable to me. I'm like, all right, these guys have kind of like used it to their advantage and they've kind of been like fucking with it. Like they've made it their shit. A guy like Embiid and Jokic at times when they fucking foul bait, it gets me
Oh,
tight.
Jokic too, yeah.
Cause it's like you're 7 foot, big as fuck. What the fuck are you doing? Like Luca, sometimes I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you
Me
doing?
too.
Brunson, it's like, bro, if LeBron and Luca gotta sell calls, what the fuck is Brunson gonna do? Like, what do you expect him to do? And it's like people are like, oh yeah, yeah, just play through it. It's like this nigga, he got Asar Thompson who's 6'7" on him. You just expect him to just be like, oh yeah, I got bumped, but I'm just gonna play through it. Nah, bro. What Brunson does do that's excessive, and I laugh because it's like, all right, and other people hate it, is when he like swings his head back. To me, I
I knew you were gonna
laugh.
say that.
That shit is funny, but other people hate that shit. So it's like, all right,
Wait,
like,
you know what that reminds me of though? Me doing that. That reminds me of when Dacre first, not like first started hooping, like in middle school, when that would be like his shot fake. Instead of like doing like a pump fake, like he'd be dribbling and he would just go. And it's like, bro, I'm not falling for that. Like, you're good, you're better than me, but I'm not falling for that because he would do it like 5 times while dribbling. He would go tween, cross, and go, and do it again and go. He kept doing that, bro. But now
you know,
Brunson do that.
you know what's the crazy thing too though? I feel like all these people talking shit. If they was in a men's league and they could like manipulate, they had like some sort of manipulation where they could like get a call every time and get free throws, they would do that shit. Cause I know I would exploit that shit. Like if I came down the court against the county motherfuckers and I did this shit, yeah, I want my whistle. Hell yeah, I'm doing that shit every time down the court.
That you didn't have to mention that story, bro. You didn't have to mention that story. That's kind of ridiculous. One other thing I want to say too. I cannot wait to stop playing Dennis Schroeder because he's been hooping. I got to give him that respect. I cannot
Yeah,
wait to stop playing him.
he's been
I
the X
can't wait.
factor.
Both ways too. Both ways. And the other thing I wanted to say too, was because what I was trying to say before is that on B-ball reference, they didn't put game 4 in yet. So Brunson was averaging 33.7 before this past game. His average is actually going to go down after this game 4 performance of 32 points. Cade's been great, phenomenal. In a lot of series, he would be the best player, just not against Brunson. That's just my closing statement on the series, bro. We
Yeah.
can move on to the West, which is also a 3-1 deficit.
What a movie. What a fucking movie.
I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed, bro.
Yeah.
There's. Let me check my exact prediction. I know I picked the Lakers.
I had Lakers in 6.
I had the Lakers in 7. And you know
Yeah.
what, Justin? I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna stick to it, bro. I'm gonna stick to it because you know what? They've been in them games. Why not? I was disappointed with that foul call too on Braun in this last game that just happened right now. Like, come on, that's a weak call to call in the playoffs that decides if a team goes up 3-1 or you go back 2-2. That was a weak call, and I was really disappointed with that. But it sucks because if they go out this round, dude, it's like Braun's efforts are going to a waste, and he's just throwing out classics again at 40.
Yeah.
So, but the props have to go to Ant-Man, who just dropped 40. Julius Randle, the other man who's rewriting his own playoff narrative, which people
Respect
should
that,
have
man.
people should have been done. But the series where he's playing with Alfred Payton and Reggie Bullock. What about that and RJ Barrett? Why didn't he play good enough? Oh, what about that series where he came back early from injury just to play in the playoffs? This is his real series. And like I said before, if he wasn't good in this one, I would be concerned. And he's balling so far. And then you know who deserves the biggest shout out, Justin. I'm stealing the nickname from his former teammate because he deserves it even more. Shout out to the new J Mac.
J Mac.
Shout out to J Mac.
So we got
J
3
Mac is
J Macs
balling.
in the league now, which is crazy.
Who's the third one?
Jared McCain.
Who calls him J Mac? I'm not even hating on him because you know I don't like him, but who,
Well,
who calls him J Mac?
he changed his IG name to J
Oh
Mac.
yeah, you told me that.
So
Yeah.
they probably will start calling him that soon.
We got a lot of J Macs,
The
I guess. So.
OG J Mac is still Jordan McLaughlin though.
Oh wait, okay, that's it.
What the fuck?
Wait.
Nah.
That's not the OG one. That's not the OG one.
The NBA OG one.
I guess all three of them are fans, especially McCain. I think McCain knows what he's doing. McCain knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's funny.
But the newest member of the J Mac clique, the new Mac man, absolutely hooping, bro.
Yeah.
Both sides of the floor. And I'll admit, I was one of the doubters who said he's not going to do it again. He did it again. My respect to you, but Lakers is coming back. I'll be delusional. I'm not even a Laker fan.
Nah, yeah, bro. This series has been the last 2 games have been very entertaining. The first game was just like Timberwolves beat them down, and I'm like, wow, this is concerning. Second game, I told you, I was like, damn, bro, I was falling asleep. And then the Timberwolves came
I
back.
fell asleep.
Game 3, Luca had the bubble guts, and it was tough. Jaden McDaniels had the 30 ball, and he really showed the two-way ability in that game. And then this game, Anthony Edwards doing his thing, Julius Randle doing his thing, Jaden McDaniels, even Nas Reed at times in the series has been like, oh shit. And like one of the biggest takeaways I've seen is like, and what part of the hesitancy for me was like, damn, I was like hesitant to pick the Lakers because it was like, yo, the Timberwolves are like, they have legitimately 8 guys, like 8 guys you could trust. And what I noticed is like all the minutes with Conley and Gobert off the floor, they just look a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a point in this game, where Conley and Gobert were in, and I'm like, all right, it might just start going away from the Timberwolves, and that's when Austin Reeves hit a 3, and I think they went up like 8, and I'm like, here we go. But they responded well. shout out to Julius Randle again. He deserves his respect because a lot of people wrote him off for just unfair criticisms. And I remember last year, like not knowing if he was gonna play or miss the rest of the season, I was confident that he was gonna have a good playoff series last year. Um, and even this year, before we traded him, I'm like, this is gonna be the year where he has a good playoffs, and he's done that, and nobody is talking about it. I guarantee you, if he had a 3 for 17 game, they would
It
have been
will all
talking about
come out.
it. It could still happen. The next game, he could go 3 for 19, and it'll be on Twitter like this motherfucker sucks. Holy, but
It's gonna be funny Marco wearing a Timberwolves jersey
yeah,
every single time. Every single
yeah,
time.
it's gonna be funny. Marco wearing a fucking Timberwolves jersey, or it's gonna be like AJ Brown with a basketball. It's gonna be one of those. But shout out to him. He's been doing his thing. Um, and the biggest concern to me with the Lakers is like, bro, they only really have like 5 guys. Like they don't want to play Jackson
No
Hayes at all.
burgers.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, no burgers. They don't want to play Jackson Hayes at all. They're really, they're really like pushing Bron and Rui to the limit at that 4 and 5 spot and DFS. It's tough. Vanderbilt will get some minutes here and there, but like he kills the spacing. Gabe Vincent, if he don't got it going, he's useless. And then they're trying to play Jordan Goodwin more, but like he's not really gonna make a difference unless he's hitting the shots. So it's tough, bro. You're asking a lot. And honestly, like with how thin they are, pause. Like on and JJ Redick said it too. He's like, we're not small. We just don't have a traditional big, which is true. But it sucks because against the Timberwolves, like you literally, it's tough to play like that. And even if they was to get out this series, it's hard to see them going even further with how like with the lack of depth that they have. So do I still think they could win the series? You're gonna need some Bron. It's crazy because like, bro, Bron and Luca combined for what 55 points.
And like I said, we're getting classes from Braun. Like I know you're about to say like, oh, we need something, something, something from Braun, but it's like they're getting it except for game one
Bron gave you 27, 12, and 8 with 3 steals
today.
and 3 blocks today.
Yeah, great defense.
Yeah. Luca gave you 38. I mean, Timberwolves are happy because they're like, oh, he only had 1 board and 2 assists. So you're happy at that part. But shit, like, and 23 from Rui. If I saw that shit, I would think that the Lakers won. But nah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, now they got to go back to LA. I mean, the Lakers' only hope is like, yo, just take it one game at a time. We're going back to LA. The main thing is like, yo, if we could get one on the road, and it's not like they're getting cooked. I mean, today they lost by 3. They lost. Austin Reeves missed a 3, and then Friday night they lost by 12. So I mean, today's NBA like 12 to me isn't a blowout. Like,
Not
um,
anymore.
yeah. So they really that's the biggest obstacle. They just got to get one on the road. And today would have been that one, but they just couldn't pull it out. So at this point, you have to go in with that one game at a time mentality.
I still got the faith. That's all I could say. I am being delusional. I think this is going to be over in game 6. I think the Lakers are going to grab one more, being realistically, and then it's over. But I'll keep the delusion going as a follower of Braun. The question I want to pose to you, which is kind of a take that I'm seeing going around everywhere, and I did have this idea already before. Guess this shows I don't have an original thought, but do you also agree with the fact that whoever gets out of this series is going to the conference finals, no matter what, whether they play, Houston or Golden State?
Um,
Because that's what I think, bro. I
I
don't think
think
any of
so.
those two teams is messing with the Lakers or messing with the Timberwolves.
I think so because this Timberwolves team, like had they, I mean, I'm not gonna say had they played anybody else, but they have a deep squad, bro. Like you have Nas Reed and Dante DiVincenzo coming off the bench for you. Like that's a luxury on top of Nikhil Alexander Walker. Like you have a legitimate 8 guys that you could play. And I know Rudy Gobert, this hasn't been the series for him, but when you're playing a team like Houston, they're gonna need him. And if you potentially play Oklahoma City or the Clippers, they're gonna need Rudy Gobert. And I think he'll respond well in those series where they're gonna need his size pause. Um Mike Conley, his minutes are like it's tough with him out there, but like you could get away with it because Ant has made those strides as a playmaker. He's not all the way where he needs to be yet, but he's done a better job like through the course of the season where you could live with him having the ball as much as he does and putting McDaniels out there, putting DiVincenzo out there, putting Nas Reed out there, and just having the ultimate spacing and giving Ant the ultimate lane and spacing for him to attack, and he could hit the three ball on top of that. So this team, I like this team because they could play in a bunch of different ways. So it works out in their favor. So it may not be the series for Rudy now, but going forward, you might wake him up and he might unlock a whole different side of this team that we haven't even seen yet. So that's the scary part with them. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go. Uh,
All right, there we go. So, as you were saying, though, I think Gobert could be an issue later on for other teams, but right now, kind of a non-factor. Um, Preferably against the Rockets, he'll be an issue. Against the Warriors, I don't even think he'll do too much against the Warriors. If anything, he'll probably get played off the floor there. But against the Rockets and Shangoon, that's where he's going to pose a problem. But regardless, whoever wins this, bro, just send them to the conference finals. Don't even let them play round two because there's no point in it. If it's Minnesota, if it's LA somehow, just give them a ticket to the conference finals, bro. Two more series, Justin. East or West?
um, let's go to the East. We could talk
East
about
first.
yeah, Bucks and Pacers.
So the one that has a little bit more heat to it, a little bit more history to it. Both of them have heat, though. Both series do have heat. I'm not undermining the series in the West with the Nuggets and the Clippers, but over here in the East, we got the divisional battle of the Bucks and the Pacers. The story behind this series is, damn, Giannis needs help, and I kind of want to free him. That's been the main storyline for the entire playoff series so far. Game three, Gary Trent Jr. stepped up, but wow, Kuzma, a Tony Snell game in the playoffs
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
when Dame isn't even available to play. Bobby Portis is stepping up too. I'm gonna give Bobby Portis his respect, but it's like Brooke Lopez, you as well. Like you got to step it up a little bit too, brother. Like Giannis really had a one assist game in game one. One of the better playmakers in the league. One assist. He's been dropping 30 bombs in every game. And you guys are still losing. They won game three. They won game three. Once Halliburton got that dunk in game three, and then they went up 10. Once they went up to double digits, you want to start talking trash and headbutt the ball as it came out the rim. After that, he kind of stayed quiet. You know, he was talking a lot of trash to Dame, making fun of Dame time and all this crap. But I'm still riding with the Bucks, bro. I'm telling you, it just takes one role player to step up. Hopefully, it takes one or two good Dame games, and I think they're in the clear. There's nothing really that scare me about this Indy team. That's not me disrespecting them. I just think that game three just shows us that if anybody can pick up the slack besides Giannis, they're more than capable of winning in a convincing way. So I'm sticking with my pick of the Bucks winning. In round two, obviously, they're going to be food for Cleveland, whichever team makes it through. I think the Bucks would pose a bigger threat anyways. But in the sense of this series, bro, I still have the Bucks winning this in seven, bro. I'm still very confident. Giannis, like I said, from all the way back in November and September, like he looks like the best player in the world certain nights. And when he plays, it really does remind me like, damn, he is up there with Jokic. He might damn near be tied with Jokic. He is still better than SGA. You know, to me, he still is better than Luca at his very best. He still is better than Curry. He still is better than Ant Man. People just don't want to talk about it though. But he's just been absolute nails, bro, so far. Absolute nails so far in the series. Just need somebody to step up like Gary Trent. Kuzma, give us a 20-point game. Give us a single 20-point. Give us 20 points tonight in the next 45 minutes because you're about to play. Give us 20 points tonight. Tonight will be the right time. Fix your legacy with the Milwaukee Bucks so far because, hey, hasn't been nothing too crazy so far, but fix it tonight. Drop 20, drop 25 points because I don't know about you, Justin. I'm still not confident in Dame right now in his return.
Yeah, it's been rough. They rushed him back, yo.
Terribly. They hit him with
Yeah,
the injections. They hit him with everything.
yeah, that shit's been crazy. This series has been just like a roller coaster. We saw the Gary Trent game,
Mm-hmm.
and that was crazy. Shout out to him. Giannis fucking dogging. Shout out to him. He won me some money that day. Um, took the PRA for him, and he balled the fuck out.
Damn, his line got to be like at 50 for PRA. Probably more, like 55.
I just go alternate and just throw like 40 on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Dame, it was fun to see him just get in the chair against Halliburton because he really just hates him, bro.
I
I
don't
don't know
blame
if you
him.
saw that. He literally got in that stance and was like, yo, fuck Halliburton. Like, I can't get my shots down, but this motherfucker is not scoring on me. And I respect it. Like, if you could find other ways to impact the game, do that. And like you said, Kuzma needs to wake the fuck up. Cause I know game two, he had a little moment where I'm like, oh shit, he's kind of cooking. But it didn't matter. Cause Indiana just kind of just did their thing. And I know they kind of made it close at the end of game two, but I do want to give a shout out to Pascal Siakam because he's been hooping
Yep.
and nobody's really talking about it. He's
The best
averaging
player on the
20.
team
Yeah, by far. By
every time.
far. He's giving you 26 a game, almost 8 rebounds, 2 steals. He's just been doing his thing consistently. And it's made me look foolish because I took the alternate over 16 and a half for him, and that motherfucker dropped like 28. And I'm like, damn, I should have had more faith in you.
Just took the regular.
Yeah. But he's been doing his thing. He's been consistently been that guy when the game slows down for them. He's their go-to guy, getting them the buckets. Aaron Neesmith had himself a game too. Um, Nimhard has showed that like, yo, these motherfuckers can't guard me, so I'm gonna just go out and do my thing. Um, I'm still gonna stick with the Pacers. My original pick was Pacers in 7. I'm gonna still stick with them just because it's hard for me to rely on the Bucks, bro. Like Giannis is so good, but yo, it's fucking hard to do it all by yourself, bro. And it's a lot, bro. Like 30 ball, like that. Game one, he balled the fuck out, and it didn't even fucking matter. And they're gonna need a Dame game. Like at this point, you're gonna need a Dame game. You're gonna need a Kuzma game. Um, you're gonna need a Dame and I don't know. I feel like a Dame and Kuzma game is like, all right, that's like fucking pigs flying and shit. But you're gonna need at least one of each.
Yep.
And like, cause you got the Gary Trent game. Nobody saw that shit coming.
No, yo, there's
Yeah,
there's one guy who bet on FanDuel like Gary Trent, like 25 plus points. There's got to be one person on earth. There's always one.
there's always one. Like, yeah, you're gonna need the one Kuzma game where he gives you 25, the one Dame games where he gives you like 37, and then you might need like the one Giannis game where he gives you like 47, 18, and fucking 10, like some shit like that. Like, and that's a lot to ask when it's like Siakam might just need 27 and fucking Nimhard could have 15, Neesmith could have 12, and Halliburton could just have fucking 13, and they might win by fucking 12. Like it's like asking a lot for the Bucks to pull it out. On top of that, you have Doc Rivers as a fucking coach, so it's tough.
And 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 come on,
What
what else do they have? Come on,
Kuzma?
no, they got hands in pockets as an
Oh
assistant,
yeah, Darvin Ham. What's it called?
bro. Hitler and Stalin as a coaching staff.
I respect Giannis though to give you fucking 3 games though.
That's fair. I
I
mean, we both have it going to 7, just different ways. Let's see who gets it right though.
yeah.
Hopefully the series goes 2-2 tonight at least, so it puts some type of like stakes into, our takes, but I'm sticking to my guns, bro. 100%. Out west though, I do have to check my take. I
Best
did take the
series,
Nuggets. You said what's up?
best series in the playoffs.
It's them or us, honestly. Them or
Yeah,
us has been the best.
yeah.
It's close. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting tired of us having the best series in the first round.
We had
I
the
would
best
like
series last year too.
I would like to be more comfortable and win by like 20. I'd much rather do that, but we don't get to have that luxury. Man, this has been amazing, start to finish, bro. Every single game, movie, straight up movie, and I'm ready for the next
Every
one.
single game except for game 3.
It's cinema. It's pure cinema, bro. Best player in the world. Kawhi looks like peak Kawhi. Harden's doing his thing. Altercations. You had a quick shoving match between Aaron Gordon and Harden. Aaron Gordon chasing Harden. You had
Harden
everything
didn't
in this
even
game.
flinch.
Hey man, you got everything in this series. I'm still sticking with. I got my like again. Like I said, camera's gonna turn off real quick. I am gonna check how many games it was. I think it was 7. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. I think it was 7. It was 6 or 7, obviously, because I respect the Clippers a lot. But I'm sticking by my pick. Jokic still looks like the best player in the world. Still looks like the most valuable player in the world. Westbrook, just sit out the rest of the series, bro. They just won this last game. Like, just sit out the rest of the series, bro. Please. I know your contributions in game 1, bro. But just sit out the rest of the series, please. He literally, the new graphic was with Westbrook. Literally said, I'm here. My role is to fuck shit up. Yeah, good ways and bad ways too, bro. But Kawhi is my favorite thing to watch, though. To be honest with you, not even Jokic. Kawhi is my favorite watch out of this series so far. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just it feels like I'm watching vintage Kawhi all over again. It feels like I'm watching 21 Kawhi. It feels like I'm watching 19 Kawhi. It feels like I'm watching 17 Kawhi. It's just a joy to watch so far. And to see him go against, a talent like a Nikola Jokic, it's just been pure entertainment, bro. Just pure straight up entertainment. And I think either which team, bro. I understand OKC had, quick little game against a minor league team, against a G League team, just to get ready for round 2, but these two teams can give them some sort of problems. Absolutely. So I'm ready to see whoever it is that comes out here play against OKC and give OKC a run for their money. And my opinion, that's Denver. And it's still gonna be Denver. And shout out to Aaron Gordon too for what looks to be. Damn, Justin, where do you rank that as a buzzer beater? I still got Kawhi over the
I was
Sixers
gonna
over
ask you
that.
that shit.
I still got Kawhi. I still got Kawhi versus the Sixers over that. I
I
think.
think I think Derek White
Hold,
shit is over.
hold on. Do you have either bronze shot, whether it's against the Magic or the Pacers, over this? I think this is
Damn.
number 2, bro. I think this is better than Derek White's. I think this is better than the 2 bronze shots because Jokic just threw it up, and even in slow motion looks even better. And Aaron Gordon's just right there, perfect timing. Boop, grab it, dumped it right in, and it was so close that when you had to keep watching the video back and back and back and back, and it's by nanoseconds that he made it in, bro. Pure perfect time movie, literally something from like a corny sports movie. I think this is the second greatest buzzer beater I've seen. Only Kawhi has beats this out.
I'm still keeping Derek White at 2. just because the stakes ECF, if he doesn't do that, they're going the fuck home.
I guess.
That was crazy.
But hold on, these guys would be down 3-1. I understand different stakes, but
Yeah,
3-1's usually more often than not is a death sentence.
yeah. But my response to that is they've done it before.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say that. They did it twice. They did it twice.
Yeah, they did it twice. Yeah.
Denver as a franchise has overcame the most 3-1 leads because they did
That's
it with
fucking.
Mutombo.
And they did it against the Clippers. Different team, but
Yeah, bro.
but I would still put Derek White's. Um, damn Bron.
The two bronze shots. I think they're equally
Nah,
as
give me the
impressive.
fucking Bron shot, bro.
Which one though? Are you saying they're equal?
Orlando.
The Orlando one. Orlando. I think they both got the same amount of aura. The Orlando one, the Pacer one. The same
Which one
shot,
is?
same everything.
Give me which one you like more, the Pacer Bron one or the Raptor Bron one? I like the Raptor one.
Oh, the runner. Because even
Yeah,
before the game, he said 2 points isn't just 2 points. You'll understand that later. Damn, you just brought that up. Nah, the Pacer shot is still better.
I love the Raptors one. That motherfucker said.
I just love where he shot it from with the Pacers and the Magic, bro.
The Magic one was so iconic.
It is.
That
It, bro.
motherfucker said.
That was some of his best hoops in that series, and he still lost.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, give me the Bron shot still.
Damn, so you got Aaron Gordon saying like, oh, wait, so you got the Toronto one over that too, over Aaron Gordon?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other iconic playoff buzzer beaters.
Derek Fisher or the Aaron Gordon shot?
Ooh, nah, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, give me Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
That Derek Fisher
Derek
shit.
Fisher.
He tried to
It was
run off
0.4.
too.
It was like 0.4.
Aaron Gordon tried to run off, and then you saw him sneak back. Like,
Yeah,
did it
he
come?
ran to the locker room. Yeah.
Nah, give me Aaron Gordon as well.
Pause. I heard you.
What I say?
You said, did it come? Pause.
No, I said, did it count?
Oh. All right. Just making sure, bro. I had to
too
check
much
on.
BH.
All right, bro. Too much honey in the coffee. That's
Nah, yeah, this is better than the Derek Fisher shot. If Jokic made that shot though, that would have been crazy.
It would have been, but I feel like this was even cooler than the shot.
Nah, that was that niggas. I had to watch the replay so many times, bro. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I'm telling you, bro, it looks like something out of a movie, something out of an anime, something out of a cartoon. Like, it didn't seem real. It's like, oh my God, this is going out. I have to jump up. I have to dunk it. I have to win this game. It just seemed fake, bro. And he did it.
And you know what's even more like ironic? Before the game, he was saying, like, Aaron Gordon was like, oh, I could barely jump. Like, it hurts for me to jump and shit.
Yeah. The whole team's like beat up. They feel beat up.
Yeah. Michael Porter Jr. could barely lift his shoulder and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Russ is out.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But shout out to the Clippers. That comeback, they was down 22, down 20 going into the fourth quarter, and they came back. Fucking the Intuit Dome was loud. Like Bogdanovich was hitting shots, and the whole crowd was going crazy. It was lit to see. Like finally, them getting their own stadium and shit. Yeah, I thought when they came back, I was like, oh shit, they gonna take it away and go up 3-1. But that shot was just fucking insane. I mean, that Aaron Gordon basket was insane. And if they win the series, that shit's only gonna add to the allure of it, where it's gonna be even crazier. So shout out to them.
It's gonna live in infamy is what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Or not infamy. Infamy for the Clippers, because it's gonna be a nightmare, but it's gonna be historic for like the Denver fans and all that.
Yeah.
So you changing your pick or you keeping it?
Nah, I'm keeping my pick. I had Clippers in 7, and I'm gonna stick to it.
So 4 or 5, we both just got the opposite picks.
Yeah.
We'll see who gets the right ones then. All right, Justin. Before we get into actually, you want to do an MVP first? Or you want to talk about the draft?
We could do MVP of the week first.
I'm sorry, bro. The draft just has me crying. All right, just the MVP of the week. We got we got Jokic, 29, 9 and 12, 26, 11 and 10, 23, 13 and 13, and 36, 21 and 8 in the series split. Giannis, 36, 12 and 1, 34, 18 and 7, 37, 12 and 6. Brunson, 34, 2 and 8, 37, 7 and 2, 30, 7 and 9, 32, 5 and 11. Some dudes I left off. Ant-Man, who, yeah, he had the 40 ball. The other games, not as crazy as these guys who've been consistently crazy. And Paolo. Paolo's one guy low-key should have added, to be honest with you, because he had 30 in every single game.
I know he's lost more games than he's won, but I kind of want to give it to Giannis. Because if he
Fair
doesn't
enough.
do what the fuck he's been doing, it's like these motherfuckers is done.
No, I'll agree with you because I don't know who to pick. So, Giannis, MVP of the week. Justin, before we even talk about the Giants, actually, first of all, how do you feel about not taking Sheduer? I guess that's the transition.
You know what's funny? Me and my brother was watching the draft, and when we traded back into the first round and we went to the 25th pick, I looked at Julian and I was like, "Yo, we getting Sheduer. We getting Sheduer." And then he started playing Sheduer's song on his phone, and I was like, "Yo, we getting Sheduer." And then they started showing Jackson Dart with his family, and Jackson Dart is fucking hugging everybody, and I'm like, "Oh shit, we got Jackson Dart." I wasn't upset. I was like, "Okay, we got Jackson Dart," and that's when I texted in the chat. I was like, "I think we got Dart because the pick wasn't even in yet. They didn't even announce it. We traded up, and they're panning to him, and he's hugging his family and shit." I'm like, "All right, we got him." And I put my phone on D&D, and then they announced it, and I was like, "Okay, we got Jackson Dart," which I'm cool with. Like, I didn't really watch his film a lot. I've been watching it more in the last couple of days, and I've liked what I've seen. He's tough. He has good pocket presence, and hopefully he could be that guy in the future, because that's ultimately what it is, like having a QB in the future. Because the whole Daniel Jones era, we kind of never took a chance on another QB. Like, we've seen other franchises where they may have a guy or they might have somebody where they're not really too sure about, and they'll still go ahead and draft somebody else. Like, perfect example, 49ers, they drafted Brock Purdy in round 7. They didn't think anything of it, but now
Yeah.
that motherfucker was a quarterback that led you to the Super Bowl that you picked in the 7th round. So it never hurts to take that chance. The Giants have never taken that chance. They've always were pigeonholed to Daniel Jones, and that's kind of been one of the bad things to them, because they never had nobody to rely to. Now you have to give some money to fucking Drew Lock. Now you have to sign Tommy DeVito. Like, I think it's good that we're taking chances on quarterbacks in the draft, and if it doesn't work out with Jackson Dart in the future, I'm okay with that, because at least we tried and we were aggressive and we picked the guy that we felt was the number 2, because there were reports that we tried to trade up for Cam Ward, and the Titans said no. So I'm just happy that we tried to get the QB that we liked.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I like Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's a dual threat. He fried my team in South Carolina, so I mean, I respect him. But my main thing, you guys had a good draft, by the way.
Yeah, we
Like,
cooked.
probably the best one. We added to our, already elite receiver room, so that's a big W for us. But the one thing about Sheduer that I was saying, man, he's not a round 5 talent, right? Like, that was a little bit too far. But
That was crazy.
round 1, top 10, top
He
5,
he's like a round
number
2.
one, number
Yeah, that was
one.
crazy.
Seriously, you really had guys, bro. There's really guys on TikTok saying he's just as good as Cam Ward. Are we being serious right now?
No.
Just as good as Cam Ward. Oh, look at his completion rating, all this stuff from checkdowns. Seriously, from a bunch of checkdowns. All right, bro. I don't think he's gonna be anything crazy. I don't think he's gonna be that great. I don't think. I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. I don't think he'll ever be at his very best, the 20th best QB in the league. He'll be cool. He won't be the very worst, but I don't think he'll be no top 20, top 15 QB in the league. He'll be mid at his very best. I mean, there's nothing to scoff at. Like, he'll have a job. He'll be a QB for an NFL team for years to come. But to be talking like, oh, he's as good as Cam Ward, and to be dumping on a Jackson Dart, who in his own right is a first round talent who is just as good of a passer and actually a dual threat, while Sheduer can't even move his legs. Yeah, I'm gonna take Jackson Dart. The other guys, you want to have a discussion about those other guys, Dylan Gabriel, all these other dudes, fine. Jackson Dart, though, we're gonna dump on him seriously. Like, nah, I wasn't going with that. I mean, he's a round 3 guy. I think after round 3, I was like, all right, now they're just trolling him. Prank call showed that they were trolling him low key, and now he's with the Browns. Loaded QB room, and when I say low, I don't mean talents. I mean it's like you got 5 dudes in there. One of them that they're paying a boatload of money, bro. Another dude there is a rookie just like you. So let's see how it pans out, because the Browns, you know better than me. The Browns, you QB there, your career is basically cooked off the start.
Poverty franchise. They even
You know
had
it's poverty.
the little graphic up every time they had a pick. 40 starting QBs since 1999.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's crazy, bro. Like they are literally poverty. Like they cannot get quarterback right at all. Their best QB was probably Baker Mayfield, and they did him so dirty.
And now look where he is, cooking.
Yeah, cooking.
But
So
hey, man, we'll see what happens with Sheduer, bro. I don't think he's really gonna get burned this upcoming season, which me and my brother had a debate about. But I don't think he's gonna really get burned like that this upcoming season.
it's hard because like I
I
hope
trust
he
I trust Dylan Gabriel more than him.
the fact that Dylan Gabriel got picked before him was crazy. Um, I want to see him succeed, but it's tough, bro. Because given Cleveland's track record, it's tough. Like you want to go somewhere where Shador could build good habits, and it's like Cleveland is like a fucking dumpster fire, and his vets is fucking Deshaun Watson. Joe Flacco is a good vet. I'll give him
Super
that.
Bowl winner,
Super Bowl winning QB. Kenny
Kenny Pickett.
Pickett, whatever. Dylan Gabriel, that's not even a vet. You guys are peers. You guys are gonna be battling each other um in practice. Um so it's a loaded QB room. We'll see what happens. I think he should have been like a second round pick. Like the fact that he didn't get picked in day 2, I thought was fucking insane. Um I knew going into the draft on Thursday, I'm like, all right, I'm expecting him to fall to like the 20s. And then when he didn't go first round, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I guess, and I was expecting him to be the first pick in
Round
in the
2.
second round. Yeah. And this shows you how stupid of a franchise Cleveland is. They passed on him 6 times and then traded up to get him in round 5. And the GM said, "Oh, we believe in best player available, so we took him." It's funny that you say that, but you took Dylan Gabriel in round 3. That shit don't
Respect
make
Dylan
sense.
Gabriel. Respect Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, I thought you said fuck Dylan Gabriel.
No, respect him. Respect him.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, but you took Dylan Gabriel in round 3. And on top of that, you say your shit is best player available. You guys were you guys had Travis Hunter on the board and said, fuck that. We're trading back. no disrespect to Mason Graham, but you could have had Travis and Sheduer. And now Jacksonville got him. I don't know, man. I told Browns fans like, and I was like, bro, you guys could have had both of them. And Browns fans were like, this is what we do best. We just fuck everything up. And I'm like, gosh, bro, this is bad. I would hate to be in this situation.
Shout out to Lil Campbell though.
Yeah,
Bro has 2 Hall of Fame quotes. The Amazon
2
one,
Hall of Fame quotes, and
that
his fucking accent makes it better.
which one was funny? The Amazon or the "I'ma fight for him, I'ma die for him"?
I will fight
Whatever
and
was it he
die.
said.
The
I
first
will
one is
fight and die. The
the first.
Amazon one is
That's
comedy.
Hall of Fame. He said, "You give up 1 sack a game for 12 games. You're gonna be working at Amazon."
And he said, "Not that there's
And
anything
not
wrong
not
with
there's
that."
anything wrong, but this is what we're striving for. And then before that, he was like, "If you a D lineman, you get 1 sack a game for 12 games, and that's all you do. You're gonna be a top 5 pick." Yo, I was dying. I'm like, nah, bro, this is Hall of Fame.
And he was like, "Go look at my first game, first snap, get my face pushed in."
Yeah. Yo, I love Will Campbell, yo. Man. He's talking facts though. Like
No,
you
he's
give up
not wrong,
one
but just the
sack a
way that he
game.
said it.
Nah, yeah, it's funny. I like when College 26 comes out, I might be saying that. Like
He said, "You'll be working at Amazon. Not that there's
yeah.
anything wrong with that."
He's like, but when you're here, this is what we're striving for. Yo, that shit had me crying.
The fight and die was comedy though too.
I will fight and die. Yeah.
Fight
That
and die
was
is top five,
crazy.
bro. Fight and die is top
Nah, I
five.
fuck with him already though. You saw Flight
Nah,
reacting to that shit?
nah. I gotta see
Because
that.
he's a Patriots fan. He's like, Will Campbell. He's like, man, I think we should have went with a receiver. And then the interview came up. He was like, I will fight and die. He's like, I take back everything I said. I fuck with this guy.
Dude, notable undrafted though. Isaiah Bond. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, Isaiah Bond is crazy. Who else won undrafted out? That was remarkable. Shiloh, but that's not remarkable. That's just name value. But he's going to the Bucks already. He already signed with the Bucks.
Yeah, he signed with the Bucks as an undrafted free agent.
Isaiah Bond signed with somebody already.
I'd have to check.
That's
But
shocking. Quinn Ewers is a Dolphin.
yeah. Last quarterback pick. Riley Leonard got picked. Will Howard got picked.
Will Howard. Shout out to
Yeah,
Will Howard.
Riley Leonard went to the Colts, and then Will Howard went to the Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Lock your phones.
yeah. I don't think Isaiah Bond's gotten picked up yet. I was hoping Kobe Bryant got picked up, but I have to check to see if he did.
Shout out Patriots Twitter.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Shout out Patriots Twitter.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Any main shout outs for you, Justin, before we leave?
Shout out to Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Darius Alexander, Cam Scatterboo, Marcus Bow, Thomas Fadone, and Corey Black. Joe Shane cooked for 2 drafts in a row.
You said Corey Blacked? Is that what you just said?
Corey Black.
Oh, I was about to say, wait, that's really his name? Oh, I was about to say. All right, any other shout outs?
Nah.
Hey, fair enough. I'm just gonna. Is there anyone I don't want to shout out Devin Williams. I want to give him an anti shout out. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oh yeah, he's been.
I really hate you. Clay Holmes is better than you. Last year, I'm talking about last year. Clay Holmes too is better than you. I hate you
Shout out
so
to
much.
Kobe Minor.
Shout out to Justin too, bro. Justin's outside with me this weekend for my birthday, and now it's on camera. Now he has to go. That's the rules.
Wow.
That's the rules. I'm gonna see Justin Friday night, and then Saturday when we walk in. But it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
How about the one time when you put me on the spot? He's like, you want to explain yourself and tell everyone what happened?"
That was crazy.
Cause I was so cooked. Hey, that only happened one time, bro. Every other time, no matter how late I was out or anything, I still popped out. If I was with Josh or anything, I still came out, bro. Oh, and shout out to Josh, bro. Big shout out to Josh.
We need the Josh show. The
We do
Esco
need the
show.
Josh show. We need the Esco show. We need Josh on here, but in person.
Yeah.
Let's arrange it, bro. Let's get it going, man.
Yeah, I'm
Finals.
actually down, yo.
Conference finals, bro.
I'm down for the episode after next week.
All right, we'll lock it in then.
Yeah.
That's the 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th.
The 10th, yeah.
I'm gonna tell Josh, lock in, bro. The 10th. I don't care what you're doing that morning. Pull up. My boy. And then we're gonna start promoting the Esco show.
Oh yeah.
All right, Justin, come on. I want to go to bed. Get me out of here, bro.
All right, if you guys are watching on YouTube, please subscribe, please like. If you guys are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. Please like. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the JJ Podcast 1. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
Shout out the 4 J Max, not 3.
That's crazy. Peace.